how are you? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is so exciting because it is the start of my declutter series here on YouTube. Yes, it's gonna go down. I am moving, and so I thought that that was the perfect time to go through my makeup collection and just get rid of a ton of makeup, and I mean a ton. I will show you at the last video how much makeup I got rid of, because this is a pre-recorded intro. But yes, so I'm gonna go through all of my drawers, and I broke it up into different categories. There's 10 categories in general, in total I mean, so there will be 10 videos, and they're going to be going up every other day starting today. And today's video is foundations and concealers, so that's what I'm going to start off with, and that's what you're going to see after this intro. And I just wanted to share with you guys what I've been neglecting in my collection and what I'm going to be passing on. So I've seen a bunch of YouTubers put up these decluttering videos, and I think they're a really great idea, so I wanted to do that for you guys. And I actually did ask somebody, or I asked on Twitter if you guys would be interested, and I got some replies saying that you would be. So that's why I filmed this declutter series, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. And if you like me doing series videos like this and you want me to do other series, let me know down below and I will definitely do that for you guys. But before this intro gets way too long, even though I'm pretty sure it's way too long already, let's just get right into my first declutter video. Okay, so this is where I like to keep my foundations, concealers, and BB creams, and I'm actually going to be using this top drawer for all my stuff because this is not a makeup storage or how I store my makeup type video. This is a decluttering video, so this is sort of how I keep my makeup, but not really, if that makes sense. So just so you know, this is just how things are going to be for now. My makeup storage and whole setup is going to change completely when I move, so sometime in the summer I will be updating all of that for you guys. I'm going to start back here. Back here I have my BB creams and tinted moisturizers. I don't have a whole lot. This is a Peter Thomas Roth CC cream like sample thing, and I have this, I don't know, I've had this for quite a long time now, so I'm going to go ahead and pass that on. Right here we have the Dr. Jart Premium BB Beauty Balm. This has SPF 45. I don't know what, I think this is just like one shade, but I got this in a Birchbox possibly, and I don't like it. It just does not match me. It's not something that I would want to put on my face, but someone else might like it, so I might pass this on. These used to be my favorite BB creams ever, and then I don't know what happened. I started experimenting with other BB creams. I have two of them because this is the shade medium deep and this one is deep, and I think I got this one for free somewhere. I'm not entirely sure. Otherwise I would never get deep because that is way too dark for me, not even close to matching me. So I'm going to definitely pass this on. And then this one is actually pretty old. It's about a year and a half old now, and there's only a tiny bit left in here, so I'm actually just going to toss this because I don't want to put anything that's too old on my face. I have this Flower BB cream. This is the Drew Barrymore Flower Cosmetics line, and I have the shade BB2. This is another thing that I got. I actually reviewed this, I think. I used to have a blog, and I think I reviewed this on my blog like a long time ago. Like, I'm almost going on 2 years for YouTube, and it was around that time that I started. So this definitely has to go. It is quite old. There's only a little bit left in it now. Last but not least, I have my Jouer Matte Moisture Tint. This one is fairly new. This has SPF and it's oil-free. I'm in the shade Nude. And yeah, I actually use this quite often, and it's fairly new, so I'm definitely going to keep that. Back here, okay, so these are my foundations. Way in the back, I have this CoverGirl Ultra Smooth Hair Smoothing Foundation. This also came with an applicator. I think I got this in an influencer box. I was supposed to review it, but I'm afraid to put this on my face. Well, first off, this is in the shade 842 Medium Beige, and it is way too dark for me right now. It actually might start matching me soon now that I'm going to be starting to be outside. But yeah, so I didn't like the way that the shade matched me at all, and I have heard horrible reviews about this, and I really just don't want to put this on my face. I don't want to smooth down my hair, so I'm actually just going to pass this on and see if somebody else wants it. But this is a CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. It has SPF 20, and I'm in the shade 860 Classic Tan. So this used to be my favorite foundation ever. Like, this I need to shake this up. This used to be my ultimate favorite. I want to say I got this last summer, so it's not too old. It is very, very, very dark though, and it's very dirty. So I think it's only like halfway full right now. So I think I'm just going to pass this on, and then if I end up getting back into this type of foundation, then I'll just pick it up again. I have my this is a CoverGirl True Blend liquid makeup. This is in the shade M3, which is golden beige. And I'm dropping things. I used this a lot last summer, I think, also, or maybe toward the end of summer. I did review this. I think I reviewed this. If I reviewed this, I will leave it down below so you guys can check that out. But I actually did like this. It doesn't have a ton of coverage or SPF or anything, but it wasn't that bad of a foundation. And the reason I haven't been using it is mostly just because it hasn't been matching me, but I should probably test this out. Now that it's getting into summer, I think I'm a little bit darker now, and yes, I'm very, very pale for my color. So I'm going to keep this back here. I have two L'Oreal True Match foundations. These are probably one of my favorite foundations. The only reason I have two of them actually is that I actually reviewed this one, which I'll link the review down below. This one is in the shade Neutral Beige or True Beige N5, that's what it is. And this one just had a little bit too much of a pink undertone, so I'm actually going to give this one up or toss it, one of those two, because it's about a year old. And then this one actually matched me perfect last summer, and it was in the shade W6, which is Sun Beige. So I really love the L'Oreal True Match foundations, and now, now that I am having drier skin, I think this might work out for me a little bit better, because I'm not trying to stay super, super matte this summer, unless my skin changes again, but we'll see what happens. So, really love this. I'm definitely going to keep this, and I'll probably get a different shade just because this one's a little bit too dark for me right now. I have two samples. This is a sample of the Bare Minerals Bare Skin foundation, and this is in the shade Bare Sand 12, and it has SPF 15, and I want to say that this is too dark for me, or I don't even know. This color does not match me whatsoever. I got it with like a Sephora haul or something like that, so I'm just going to pass this on and see if it matches anybody else in my family. And then this is the Buxom Show Some Skin Weightless Foundation. It has light to medium coverage with SPF 30. Also something that I just have not reached for. It does not match me. This is in the shade Meet Me Latte. So I'm just going to pass this on. I have the Revlon Color Stay. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is very old. This was one of my first makeup purchases when I started YouTube. It's quite old. This is in the shade 320 True Beige, and this one is for normal to dry skin. I really liked this, but this was like one of my first foundations, like I said, so I really wanted to try out other foundations, which is why this kind of took a back burner, and now it's old and I think I have to toss it. I mean, there's not a whole lot left in here. I just shook it, but there's like maybe half the bottle left, and it's just time to throw this out. I have my Rimmel London Lasting Finish foundation. This is actually fairly new. I just bought this not the other day. I think I want to do a review on this. I've been testing it out, and so far I like it. It's not my favorite foundation, but it's also not my most hated foundation. So I think this is a perfect everyday foundation, and yes, I'm in the shade 200 Soft Beige, and this has SPF 20. So I'm just going to keep that. Up front I have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. This one is also fairly new, but I did get this one before my Rimmel one. And the reason I actually haven't worn this, I think I wore this like twice so far, is because my skin is so dry that I don't need the matteness that this gives me right now, and this is super, super matte. So I'm still working with this. It kind of gives me the same finish as my Jouer Matte Moisture Tint, except it has more coverage. But since I'm experimenting with some moisturizers and all that and trying to get my skin a little bit more healthy, I might reach for this again and see. But this is definitely a full coverage foundation. I have my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. This is in the shade, what shade is this? Oh, this is in the number 35, or the shade 35, and I got this past Christmas time frame. I just really heard a lot about it and I really wanted it. It is another matte foundation, not something that I'm looking for right now just because my skin is very dry right now, but I do love this and I am working to get this back into my routine, so we'll see what happens. These are my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundations. They're oil free and they are full coverage, and yes, I have two totally different colors. And that's because when I started testing these out, I was very, very dark, and then I noticed that it was way too dark for me when I was in esthetician school, so I went for a lighter shade for 220, which is Soft Honey. 305 was my summer shade, which was Golden Tan. So I really like these. I'm not going to get rid of these because I did use these a lot. I don't know if Soft Honey is going to match me this summer. It might not, depends on how often I'm in the sun, but we'll see because I am moving back down to Florida. And this one is still too dark for me right now just because of how pale I got, but we'll see. I'm going to most likely use this when I need a full coverage foundation. Okay, so this is where I keep my concealers, all kinds of liquid concealers, some cream concealers, and all that good stuff. So this first thing is the First Aid Beauty Triple Remedy, or the Eye Duty Triple Remedy. I have this in here even though it's not really a concealer, it kind of is. It's supposed to instantly brighten, depuff, and smooth, and it's good for sensitive eyes. I've been using this every day since I got it. I love it. It just gives the perfect amount of coverage without actually being a concealer. It's really awesome for when I don't want to wear makeup, so I'm keeping this. This is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. This is in the shade Tan. I am going to have to pass this on. This is definitely something that I bought toward the beginning of my YouTube journey, and since it's going on 2 years now, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be, let's see, does it have that little thing? It says 2 years actually that this would last, but this is way too dark for me, and the only reason I have so much of it left is because it has always been too dark. So I'm going to pass this on. This is my NYX HD Concealer. I have this in the shade Beige. I really like this. If you have dry under eyes, this is probably not going to work for you because I'm still struggling with this, but it covers really well. So I'm keeping this. I use this like every day. Let's see. I have two LA Girl Pro Concealers. These things are amazing. They have similar coverage and consistency with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, but they're a little bit drier. I have the colors Pure Beige. This is Pure Beige. This is something I would use on all my blemishes. Right now it's a little bit too dark, but in the summer it'll be perfect, so I'm keeping that. And this is, I believe this is, let's see, Creamy Beige. This has always been way too light for me, but I like that. I got this purposely in a lighter color because I wanted this for highlighting under my eyes, so I'm keeping that. Here we have my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in medium 25. This is also something that's really awesome for spot concealing. So I don't have a whole lot of this left, but I am going to keep this because this is something that I like to use for blemishes. My last liquid concealer is this MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade, what's the shade? NW30. And I got this last summer, and obviously I don't have a whole lot left, but after the winter time I started realizing that this is just not good. I want something that's like very highlighting under the eyes, and that's what I used this for, but now that I'm just so pale, this does not do anything. It's not even my color. It's very pink tinted, which is weird, but yeah, this is just not working for me, and even though I use most of it, I think I'm just going to either pass it on or like to my mom or sister and see if they could use it, and if not, then I'm just going to toss it and get a new MAC one. This is an Ofra concealer wheel. This is something that I got in my makeup kit when I was in esthetician school, and like it says, this is the Concealer Magic Roulette concealer wheel. So I'm going to keep this just because it has the green, lavender, and yellow, and it has the white mixing shade and whatnot. So I'm actually going to hold on to this. I haven't had a need for it yet besides in school, but that's something that I would love to keep in a makeup kit if I start doing freelance makeup. This is the Evelyn Iona concealer. I don't know what shade this is in. I got this in an Ipsy bag and I really, really like it. So I'm going to keep that. Here I have my NYX Dark Circle concealer, and this is in the shade Medium. It is a salmon toned concealer. It is like very, very salmon. So this helps with any dark circles that I have, so I'm just going to keep that. I have this NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Beige, which is the same as my HD concealer that I have. I pretty much went through a ton of this, and this is getting old. and it actually says it's only supposed to last 18 months, and I believe I've had it a little bit more than that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and toss this now. I have my Sonia Kashuk concealer. This is in the shade Wheat. This is such an awesome concealer. It's so heavy duty, but it covers and it's not like drying. I used a good amount, but this is one of those things which is way too dark for me right now, and I think I was at my darkest when I got this. I also got this a long time ago, and I don't believe that I should be putting this up on my face any longer, so I'm going to go ahead and pass that on. Not pass that on. I'm going to go ahead and toss this because I'm pretty sure this is way past the expiration date. This is what I decided to keep from my stash, which is pretty good, I think, considering I had a lot more in here. In all, that is everything that I am giving away or tossing depending on the expiration date and how long I've had it. I think that's pretty good. I'm getting rid of quite a bunch of BB creams and a few concealers as well. And I think I'm very proud of myself. So if you like videos like this, give this video a thumbs up. If you like the way that this was set up, because this is my first time trying it. I mean, all my other videos are going to be similar anyways, but if you liked this, just make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you love declutter videos and you want to see the rest of my decluttering, definitely keep an eye out on the description bar down below, because that is where I'm going to link the playlist that has all of my decluttering videos. Obviously this is the first one, so there's not going to be anything but this one right now, but as I start uploading them, I'm going to be adding them to that playlist, so keep an eye out for that. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.